Good day, everyone. We are so glad you have joined today for this enriching session at Parenting Summit 2024. Today's topic touches upon an often overlooked but incredibly vital aspect of raising teens, encouraging self-care in teens, teaching the importance of mental and physical health. To lead this session and this essential conversation, we have the pleasure of hosting Dr. Arpita Singh, Principal of Sunbeam School, Balia, Uttar Pradesh. With her profound experience in education and her unwavering commitment to holistic student development, Dr. Singh is a true advocate for nurturing teens' overall well being. In the world that's more demanding than ever, how do we teach our teens to pause, recharge, and prioritize their health? Dr. Singh will guide us through actionable insights and inspiring perspectives. Let's dive into this discussion that's sure to leave us empowered. Welcome, ma'am, to Parenting Summit 2024.
Uh, Thank you. I'm grateful that you have invited me. You have hosted this show, and
Mhm.
you have chosen me to share my thought and to convey my perspective in front of audience to the parents, whether it is educators or children's.
Right, ma'am.
So
Right.
I'm very happy. I'm very glad and uh,
Wonderful,
feeling
ma'am. It's
proud that
our pleasure.
being as a
It,
Sunbeam principal, I'm feeling proud to be here.
great, ma'am. Ma'am, before we start, our audience would like to know a little bit about yourself. If you can briefly
Yes,
introduce.
sure. Yes, I'm Arpita Singh, Principal Sunbeam School, Balia. I am having more than 15 years of experience in this profession. And my school, it was established in 2013.
Mhm.
Uh, Sunbeam, it is the part of a Sunbeam group of educational institution. And
Mhm.
Sunbeam group is having 27 schools, and one is where I'm working, that is Sunbeam Balia.
Okay,
That's
it's
it.
wonderful, ma'am. So let's start, discussion around our topic. So, ma'am, why is self-care such an important skills for teenagers? Why do you think? And how does it impact their mental and physical health in the long run?
Uh, right. The question you have raised about self-care in teens,
Right.
it's it's a hot topic according to me. As a
Okay.
school principal, I strongly believe that self-care is an essential skill for teenagers
Mhm.
to develop them, and it has a profound impact both for a short term and a long term.
Mhm.
You know what? Teenager faces numerous problems, including academic pressure, stresses,
Mhm.
social relationships, or doing extracurricular activities.
Right.
I uh, I personally feel self-care helps them to manage stress and anxiety and to promote emotional well-being as well.
Right.
It also, enables students to recognize, understand, and regulate their emotions. Uh, and to make better decision or to make a better relationships.
Mhm.
Uh, it helps to foster resilience, according to me, because I am being as a principal, I am seeing it daily. Uh, of course, self care is very important, and resilience is also important. It
Right.
helps them to cope in an adverse situation, any kind of a trauma or any life changes. Life takes you turn in future, then definitely
Mhm.
self care will helps one day.
Right. So, ma'am, at what point should parents or educator intervene if they notice a teen neglecting their self-care, and how can they approach the subject without being overbearing?
Right. See, intervening at the right time and approaching the subject with sensitivity are a crucial. Like
Right.
when we notice changes in behavior, irritability,
Hmm.
or a mood swing among the children, or a
Hmm.
visible, if you being as a parent or a teacher of that
Hmm.
class, if you are noticing any kind of visible physical symptoms like fatigue,
Hmm.
uh, weight loss, sudden weight gain, or a kind
Mhm.
of changes in their eating habits or a sleeping pattern,
Mhm.
and if they don't want to sit with family or a friends, then
Mhm.
I think immediately choose the right private time and a place, talk to them where you both are comfortable to share, means if your child is comfortable to share their thought, what is going
Mhm.
on in their mind. And one more suggestion is avoid judgment or a criticism, means always use open-ended questions, uh, which encourages to share their feeling with you.
Right.
Listen them actively, provide support and non-judgmental spaces first of all.
Very
And
important thing, ma'am. Very important
yes,
point you have raised, that being
right,
non-judgmental and having an open conversation, open-ended questions is something which will definitely give teens that confidence to open up.
right. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
means yes, avoid means unsolicited advices, or if you are trying to fix the problem immediately, it couldn't be possible. Please
Mhm.
give them some time. Don't try to fix the problems immediately. You can offer resources if it is necessary and support, like you can offer counseling services,
Mhm.
and on online platform also it is available too.
Right.
So you can go with it if you want.
Right. Correct. Correct.
And
Ma'am,
yes,
what are some simple self-care practices that teen can incorporate into their, daily lives to maintain balance and reduce stress?
um, simple self-care practices could be like, see, childrens are good observers. First thing, they try to observe and imbibe everything whatever they get from their parents, whatever they are observing to their parent or their teacher, they're trying to copy it
Mhm.
sometimes. So
Mhm.
simple self-care practices can help teens to reduce stress in the morning, throughout the day and evening, like evening also. Like in
Mhm.
morning we can do morning
Mhm.
stretches 4 to 5 times. If we are doing, our children definitely they will learn one day. We can go with yoga. We can write down 3 things that are grateful for, we are grateful for each day. And
Mhm.
throughout the day, you can go with, I feel personally feel that you should be hydrated. You can go with a
Mhm.
plenty of water and to get to calm your mind and get hydrated. And you have
Correct.
to, main important thing is you have to prioritize tasks to
Mhm.
avoid feeling overwhelmed. We should have to avoid screen time for at least an hour before going to bedtime.
Mhm.
We should go with books, which with a calming content, or we can listen music which are having
Mhm.
a soothing content before
Mhm.
sleeping.
Right. These are
So
very small, basic things that
yes,
we all know, but we don't practice, like stretching
right,
3, 4 times a day. Avoiding to watch have a screen time before
yes,
sleeping. These are basic things. If possible, doing breathing exercise, yoga exercise. These are very, very important, but we just neglect them. Right. Ma'am,
yes.
what initiative does your school undertakes to promote mental and physical well-being among students?
Uh, if I'll talk about my school, Sunbeam School, Balia, uh, we are having many kind of FA activities. FA means focus time activity, where our students are paying their time. Uh,
Mhm.
in a week, twice in a week, they are paying for their focus activities, like they are having chess, shooting,
Mhm.
yoga classes. They are having their clubs, science club, math clubs. You know,
Mhm.
uh, so these, by offering these things, means these clubs, and they are getting assignment from these clubs.
Mhm.
And I feel these things means encourage them. These thing
Mhm.
promotes them uh, to do something, productive,
Okay.
by
Okay.
providing
Nice.
by yes, by putting a holistic holistic activities in the curriculum,
Mhm.
in the school curriculum, can help
Mhm.
them to, uh, we can move toward the self care. like
Correct.
meditation, yoga in the school courses. We can have to ensure that student have access to mental health courses. Like we are having pastoral guides also here. 14 pastoral guides we are providing, we are having counselor also. And good support means good support group should be there in the school, which
Okay.
helps them to, yes, to
Great.
combat
Ma'am,
their problems.
mhm. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Very important to have these. Ma'am, how can parents encourage self-care in a way that feels natural to teens, rather than a cause or a obligation per se?
Mhm. Parents can, as I told you earlier, that parents have to first, they have to observe their children
Hmm.
and intervening at the right time, approaching the subject means, and talking to them means these can be done. And means parent have to do the conversation if they're noticing something, that we can also like, hey, I have noticed something, I have noticed you have been a bit stressed lately, so
Hmm.
I care about you and want to make sure you are doing well. Can we talk about what's going on? So
Hmm.
we have to remember few things, that we have to respect their boundaries also. We do not have to
Hmm.
avoid pushing them to discuss the topics uh, if they don't ready to address.
Hmm.
Sometimes give them space, respect their space.
Very
These things we
important.
can do, yes. And
Again, yes.
yes, and parents can, means they can promote self care without making it feel like an obligation. Like they can model self care behavior, means
Hmm.
parents need to show their teens that self care is important by prioritizing their own self care.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That
what
that
I'm,
brings that was my
yes.
next question. Like, what role does a parental behavior play in modeling
Mhm.
self-care? Because
Mhm.
I think kids see and learn more than what you tell them to do.
Right,
So how can
right.
parents set the right example for their teens?
Hmm. Means they can involve their teens in planning activities of homes, if they are having some kind of hiking kind of, if they are having planning, they can have a plan to meal together. Means they, main thing is they have to give value to their children, they have to listen them, they can involve their teens, they can
Hmm.
create a friendly environment with their teens. They should
Right.
avoid being too busy, and also
Yes.
refrain from criticizing their teens if they are
Hmm.
not doing as according to their
Their
expectations.
plans. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So I think parents should, they can meditate, they can read books, they can share self-care experiences with their
Hmm.
teens, they can share
So
their
rather
hobbies.
rather than saying or telling them to do with them or show them,
Yes,
or when they watch you
yes,
doing what you're
yes,
saying,
yes,
it's like
definitely,
walk the path,
definitely,
right?
right.
They then the chances of they following it and trying that is much more, right, ma'am? Great. On
Means
behalf of,
yes,
yeah,
yes, they should show their teenagers that if sometime unhappening is going on or something is not means indifferent is there, then they should show their teenagers that it's okay to ask for help from friends and family, or if
right.
necessary professional whenever it is needed. When I will start taking, of course my children will learn from me that it's a okay thing, it's not means that
Very important,
kind of.
ma'am. Asking for help, telling teens to, and give them that confidence that, asking for help is not nothing wrong. There
Mm-hmm.
is nothing wrong in asking for help, whether it's,
Right,
related to your academics or non-academics, or related to mental or a physical health. Asking help is very important and it is natural. That is something which we have to, tell our teens through our action, through our communication, right, ma'am?
right.
Great. So, on behalf of Parenting Summit 2024, a heartfelt thanks to Dr. Arpita Singh for sharing her expertise insights on fostering self-care in teens. Your words are gentle reminders that, prioritizing health is not selfish, it's essential. To all our viewers, let's remember that self-care is more than bubble bath and yoga. It's about nurturing a mindset, where teens
Right.
feel valued, balanced, and equipped to face life's challenges. Take a moment today to talk to your teens about how they are feeling, both physically and emotionally. Small actions can lead to big changes in how they view their own well being. Thank you for being part of today's conversation. Stay with us as we continue exploring topics that strengthen our families and empowering our teens. Until next time, remember a well cared for teen is a confident and thriving teen. Thank you, ma'am, once again for taking out
Thank you.
time and joining Parenting Summit.
Thank you, parent team.
It was
Thank
our
you, parent,
pleasure.
for inviting me and have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am.